What's up, guys? Welcome to Sports Talk 101. In today's video, more preview and prediction videos. I've been going through these. I'll update. I have a playlist going on over college football. I'll show you guys actually in a second. I have a playlist that says college football 2025 college football preview prediction videos, and that's what we'll today. We'll take a look at college football. Today we will look at Florida State of the ACC. I've done Alabama. I've done Georgia. I've done Michigan. I've done Clemson. I've done Tennessee, as in Florida. I make my way to as many teams I can before the season starts. I have a playlist. All the playlists will be updated. Matter of fact, let's get started. So, okay, where's my? Okay, but yeah, Florida State, not a great season. They finished season 2-10 last year. Another losing season under Mike Norvell and company over at Florida State and ACC. But DJ Ugalele transferring back to Florida State. So really, it was that great. Last year's season for the Seminoles. They're not a really great team. Another great season. 1 year, play bowl game, lost to Georgia, which showcases everything. So. So they're not great in recruiting, and but they're good at South Florida. They rely heavily on the South Florida, which is good. I mean, you could rely, but that's good. You trust in yourself, but you also have to recruit well. Well, Florida State does recruit to some degree to a really good, degree. You can see here 6 in the transfer portal. And then 18th overall in recruiting. 23 enrollees. Not many false. For Mike Novell, not many 5 stars. Okay, you can see a bunch of 4 stars and 3 stars. They didn't recruit a lot of 4. They only mainly recruit 4 stars and 3 stars. They did get some once in a while to get 4 star and 5 star in there. But look at the transfer portal. They did nicely. They get Gavin Shashuk, running back from OU. Gavin Blackwell, wide receiver from North Carolina. Jarvis Boatwright, the junior from safety from USC. You have Josh Raymond, offensive tackle from Vandy. Aileen Matthews, offensive tackle from Rutgers. Jalen King, quarterback from Eastern Tennessee State. Jemiah Wilson, corner from Houston. Squirrel White, wide receiver Tennessee. Ejai Healing, linebacker from Memphis. Jason Jenkins, defense lineman from Tennessee. Diamante Diggs, lineman for Coastal Carolina. Caleb Lavelli, the linebacker from North Carolina. Luke Pettibone, lineman from Wake Forest. Micah Pettis, tackle from Ole Miss. Deuce Robinson, wide receiver from USC. Adrian Medeli, interior lineman from USF. Randy Pittman Jr. from UCF. Deontay McCray, defensive lineman from Western Kentucky. Gunnar Hansen, offensive tackle from Vanderbilt. James Williams, edge from Nebraska. Stephon Thomas, linebacker from Nebraska. Marcus Douglas, the tight end from Arizona State. And Tommy Castellanos, the quarterback from Boston College. All these big names in the names from Deuce Robinson's is the one that sticks out to me. He was a really good wide receiver last year. Last few years at a great season last year, especially where UC, I guess, as a central reporter now, Florida State. He's a really good wide receiver, and Florida State lucky to have him. I mean, the way he plays and runs routes. I think he's more interior guy. We've seen him also exterior, but He can catch the ball, and if the yards are carry, he's a really good receiver. I like what he did at USC, and look at what he was able to use a lot out of him. He could hopefully replicate the USC with a completely little different offense. It was a bit offense Mike Novak goes with in 2025. Maybe keep the same offense last year, maybe change a bit. We'll see what the scheme is going to be. But he can help the offense go forward in distance in terms of receiving yards. And of course, he's going to help with protection in a lot of these tail linemen. You get, Cancer from Vandy. You get Melly from UCF. You get, Mayor's tackle from Missouri. Peter Bone, for a lot of these teams, you can get a lot of players, and this is what Florida State does rely heavily on its portal, and that's why I think New York is going to translate well for Florida State heading into 2025. Last year, 2-10, not great season. Losses were to Georgia Tech, Boston College, Memphis, SMU, Clemson, Duke, Miami, Florida, North Carolina, Notre Dame, and Charleston. Wins against California and Charleston. Lost to Florida. Well, it is 225. Not the greatest schedule, but hey, good news is still. You get some easy wins. You go look. If I were to tell you the win total was like gonna be around 2.5 or 3 heading into next year, you'd be like, yeah, that sounds about right. I'm like, you think, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. That so, given what Florida State, how they performed last year. Well, let's see what Vegas have to say. Do they agree or not? If the under is gonna be 2.5 or 3.5, depending on what way they land. And all Florida State is 6.5. No, Vegas is saying it'll be 6.5. While we go back to schedule, I'm gonna take the over. I think this is a 6-6, 7-6 type of season. 7-5 next season, of course, in 2025. All right, here we go. We'll start things off for Florida State. We'll go game by game, and then we'll go back and give you a winner or loser. Okay. Warriors have a home game against Alabama. Look, this could be a really good matchup, but not greatest matchup for Florida State. Yes, they're up against Alabama week 1, non-con game of SEC. And yes, they made play last year, but Alabama under killing the ball, a little different Alabama than we usually seen. So there's that. They got East Texas A&M. Following, they got a bye week. Now, when I look at the schedule, I look for where the bye weeks are. I did not like what the bye weeks are. Both of them. I'm going to tell you why in a second where I will put them. The why is this: the first one is too early. You play first 2 games, get bye week, then you play 5 games, then you get bye week, and then you can play the remainder of 5 games. I don't like it at all. After week 3, bye week, seems just, especially with college football, injuries and everything, you will feel like that should be done midweek, like week 6, right? Well, of course, it's like teams go. So, there you have it under at 6.5. All right, here we go. Good news for Alabama is you beat Eastern Florida State. You're gonna lose. You go 1-1 in your bye week. I don't like this bye week at all. Neither of them. If I were to put bye weeks, I would put right before the Clemson game, and one after the Clemson game. Right between Clemson and right after Clemson, just so you get some players, or before the Miami game, and then before after the Clemson game. Depends on how you feel. But I think the bye week, second bye week maybe. I think second week's okay where it is right now. But I don't like the first bye week. First bye week is a little weird. So, this good perspective there. Alright, then you go on the road, so home against Kansas State. You're going to beat Virginia. You're going to beat Pitt, and you'll beat Stanford. Not great teams. But you'll lose to Alabama, and you'll lose to Miami of Florida. You're going to beat Wake Forest. Oh my God. You beat Virginia Tech, beat NC State, and you'll beat Florida. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 and 3 is a record for State heading to 2023-5. They make a bowl game and possibly a playoff berth. So they have a 9-3 for the Alabama Crimson Tide heading into 2024. What a season to start with. So, there you have it. Mike again, 9-3 for Bama. They made the playoff. They won, I believe they win the SEC. They lose to Georgia. We'll see. But this team is capable of, playing hard and work hard. That I think this can go distance. I think this team can turn around for. So, there you have it. Like and subscribe to the channel. And if you can support it up, I'll put it on out. See you in the video. Peace.